Hello everyone, hope all of you are fine and doing well. Today we are going to discuss and examine to what extent GDP can be taken as a good measure of welfare of people. All of us know that the capacity to purchase goods and services from the market depends on the income of a person, and the use of goods and services provides satisfaction, which in turn improves the level of material well-being. Thus, the level of income becomes the basis of well-being of a person. We know that GDP measures the value of goods and services produced in a domestic territory of a country in a particular year. GDP is again distributed among the factors of production as incomes. Since goods and services satisfy the wants of the people, GDP has often been used as a measure of satisfaction of or welfare of the people. The greater the magnitude of GDP, greater is the level of satisfaction. But in recent years, a number of questions are being raised about the validity of GDP as measure of welfare. Due to some serious limitations, GDP fails to serve as adequate index of welfare. Let us examine why the modern economists think that the GDP is not a good indicator of measuring economic welfare. Okay. I have incorporated in my PowerPoint slide 4 major points to discuss. The most important point which makes this GDP an unsatisfactory measure of welfare is it does not consider the distribution of income among the people. It is possible that a rise in GDP may not contribute to the well-being of the people of a country if it is not distributed equally. If with the rise in GDP and per capita GDP, rich are getting richer and poor are getting poorer, then this growth in GDP cannot be said to promote the welfare. Rather, we can say it may lower down the welfare of the people. Another limitation of GDP as an indicator of welfare is it does not consider the non-monetary transactions or non-monetary exchanges. For example, services rendered by the housemakers to the family members greatly contribute to their welfare, but they are not counted in GDP because no money is paid for them. Likewise, personnel services rendered by individuals by themselves, such as say gardening in one's own kitchen, then paintings, then repairing electrical equipments, teacher teaching his own daughter, doctor giving treatment to his own mother. This type of services are not considered in the calculation of GDP. This is why GDP cannot be regarded the true index of welfare of the nation. The third major point or weakness of GDP, that it does not consider the externality factor. In order to understand this point clearly, you have to know what is externality in economics. Externalities refer to harmful effects or beneficial effects that the production enterprises have on the members of the society, for which they are not penalized or paid. Okay, suppose a steel plant produces steel. The value added by the steel plant will be included in the GDP. But apart from producing steel, the steel plant is also producing the smoke, poisonous smoke, causing air pollution. The smoke and air pollution have harmful effects on the society, such harmful effects that the steel company is inflicting on others, for which it does not have to pay, and these are called externalities. Such negative externalities are not considered while estimating GDP. The last point is very simple. It does not consider the growth in population of a country. From our today's discussion, we can conclude that GDP may not be taken as a satisfactory measure of economic welfare, but still it can reflect some index of economic welfare. With this, we came to the end of today's discussion. Thank you very much. Have a good time.